All right, here we go. Whew. All right. Before we even get started, I will say right here and now, I apologize if my voice does at times get a little scratchy here and there. It's improved throughout the day, but my voice is still a little scratchy. Obviously, quite a weekend in Madison, Wisconsin, and the Catfish Cataclysm, which we'll talk about here. Some highlights, some people we met, some fun deals and such, as well as talking about a little bit of what I brought home. But of course, we'll also be making a video about that as well here. So I'm not going to go too deep into what I all brought home here. I'll talk about a couple things because obviously you see a couple of them behind me already. We'll talk about those shortly here. But yeah, just a little review of the Catfish Cataclysm, which was absolutely awesome. Meeting all sorts of awesome folks. Some that I've known for years, and a lot of the face-to-face meetings long overdue. So awesome to finally meet so many people and put a face and connect it with, well, connect the names to the actual face and such. Which, of course, a lot of people show their faces on channel, but in person, it's a totally different thing. Hello to everybody in the chat as I see people starting to come on in here. Good to see all of y'all. See Peplin already saying like, I wonder what Austin got. You already know a few of the things there, right, Brian? Thanks to Brian also, who actually was one of the awesome people there. Handful of people there that I met there from the Fish Fam there. Thank you, Brian, for the cheese curds, by the way. Those came in clutch on our way back home there. Of course, Madison from Council Bluffs here is about 6.5 hours. Not too terrible, or at least by my ideology of the whole thing. It's not too bad. I don't think 6 hours is too bad, especially when I've done 11 or 12-hour drives before. But on the way back, when we were trying to just gun right back home and got a little snackish, it kept us from doing an extra stop and such, which was awesome, especially since we didn't get home until about 1:30 this morning. But you know what? Wife and myself, we both had an awesome time at the Cataclysm. Also went to Milwaukee a little bit on Sunday. Posting a little short about that soon after this live stream to kind of show you what we did there. And all sorts of great stuff there. But yes, hello to everybody in the chat here. See, we got Jeff Kane, who is another awesome fella I met there at the Cataclysm there. Jeff, awesome to see you. Hope you and your, I believe it was an Episto that you got. I hope that fish and you made the trip back home nice and well. Fortunately, as of right now, all the fish that I brought home with me, which you see, we got some little bitty fish here starting to swim in a 510 here already. They're colored up here pretty good already, but yeah, we got about 4 dozen fish now swimming around with Mac in the 510-gallon plywood tank. He's still not quite sure what to think about it, but yeah, we'll talk a little deeper on that here in a minute. Legacy Hobbyist is also here with us. How's it going, Melvin? Good to see you. Saying hello to Jeff as well, which I kind of rambled off their subject there, but Jeff, awesome to meet you, man. Hope you and the Episto, made it back just fine there. It was awesome hanging out with you at the vendors tables, the auctions and such. Whole thing was awesome, and Jeff was another one of those awesome folks that we got a chance to meet there. Going through here, obviously Peplin. We got to meet him, as I said a moment ago there, as well as his significant other, Foxanne, or some of y'all will know her as Foxy's Fishies. Both awesome people here that we had a lot of fun hanging around with as well there. They actually had their own vendor table, and lucky them, they were right by the entrance even. So all sorts of axolotls. They had a couple more goldfish, shrimp fish, little pleco caves. They had all sorts of good stuff at their table there. But great to see Brian and Foxy there too, among the multiple others. Hopefully we meet a lot of these guys here down the road here again soon, because met a lot of awesome folks there, and hopefully we can hang out here again soon. Speaking of awesome folks here, we also got Coro in the chat. How's it going, Coro? Good to see you, as always. Going down here, and there's the first jump of the chat for this stream. The first of one, but definitely, knowing my luck, not the last. Oh, let's see here. We also got Gina's Reef coming in here, saying working and listening. Appreciate you checking in with us here, Gina, as always. Going through here, we also got the super mod herself, one of my 4 awesome moderators. I'm talking about the Zen Ginger. Good to see you here. Her again, Zen. I know always busy as usual here. Got to pick up some food, but want to swing by and leave a like at least. See you in a bit if you're still here. We'll be on here until I'm not sure. I never did check to see if the Metalheads went live. I'll have to check that here later on in the stream here, but I think Josh and Jessica are going live later. I might be wrong. But if so, yeah, we'll be alive for about an hour. Good to see you, though, Zen. Appreciate all you do for me and the other members of the Fish fam here. Going through her. Only Oscars. How's it going? I will say, I was almost tempted to get another Oscar there actually at the Cataclysm. I don't remember the exact name because it didn't have a common name to it. It just had a scientific name to it. And I'm very horrible at remembering those. So it was native to, not Colombia, but Rio de Negro, like around Brazil and such. It looked a lot like a Bumblebee Oscar. Not quite, though. It had a little bit more markings than a Bumblebee Oscar, even. I wish I could remember what in the world those were called. They were so cool. And the guy was telling me that they were apparently very, very rare, but wife and I indulged on some other purchases, and unfortunately, it just never happened. But man, they were pretty. Orchids and Endlers, how's it going? Just finished cleaning the kitchen. Need a break. Well, glad I can entertain you a little bit on the break, or at least try to entertain on the break, I guess. Paul, how's it going? Another frequent visitor. Always good to see you, Paul. Hope you're doing well this Monday, man. Going through the chat. Yes! See if we got anybody else there. And there's the next jump of the chat. We're up to 2 chats. I need like a jump counter or something. Looks like also. Oh, there we go. Barbara Jackson saying hello, everyone, and Fantastic Fins. Appreciate it. I'll be mostly listening, playing games too. Hey, just coming on in here, listening to what we're up to. Appreciate it. Thank you very much there. Going through the chat. We got Craig's Catfish Cage saying, good morning, all. Hello to you, Craig. For us, that would be, I guess, borderline good evening / good afternoon. I guess depends on who you talk to. It's 5:15 here in Council Bluffs, Iowa now. So kind of right on that borderline of afternoon / evening. Only Oscars that's very possible, actually. I think his name was Kevin, but yeah, he had some very beautiful Oscars. Awesome fish in general. There was this other fish that almost looked tetra-like, that kind of had like brown and like black patches throughout them. Almost had like a blue eye that kind of reminded me of like an emperor tetra sort of thing that I was also considering. But instead, I got something else for the tank here, something that I have a little more knowledge of that seemed like they're a little bit faster swimmer and such that I think will go better with our puffer here. Barbara, of course, saying, and hello's in there. Saying hello to all the awesome folks here. Or speaking of awesome folks, we also got Silver Creek Aquatics in the chat. How's it going, Silver Creek? Good to see you. Going through the chats. Chats. That's Rye Guy. How's it going? Good to see you once again. Remember seeing a few of these faces here also while we did our stream at the Catfish Cataclysm, which if you kind of want an idea of what was all there and such, feel free. I got the replay, of course, as always on my channel, as I do pretty much all my streams here and such. If you want to check out to see what we saw, I will say, and I got to tell some of the viewers here, I apologize. I totally forgot about a room. There was another room where kids were aquascaping their own 10-gallon tanks. A lot of them were just like, the artificially colored rock and such, and those decor pieces and such. So, I mean, couldn't believe I forgot to show that. And yeah, I apologize for missing a room there. To those of you that did watch the stream there, that was a big room that I missed there, unfortunately. All right, I think we've gotten everybody in the chat here. Make absolutely sure I'm not. It seems like, yeah. Here we go. Another awesome fella I met at the Cataclysm as well. Shane's Tanks and Bowls. How's it going, Shane? Good to see you here in the chat. It was also awesome to see you there in Madison as well. Hope you're doing well and had a safe trip back, man. Yeah, and it was great meeting you at the Cataclysm on Saturday as well. All right, I think we've said hello to everyone at this point. So, yes, as you can see over my shoulder, you know what? I'm just going to cut the chit chat. I'm going to just scoot out of the way, and I'm going to let you take a gander at it here real quick. Is that not awesome, guys? So what you might be wondering is these three right here in the back of our tank here, these are mangrove roots. They add a nice little backdrop there and such. That one up there pokes out just a little bit past a foot, about 14 inches or so. I'll rearrange them, of course, as I need to, as our Maboo puffer grows, who is hiding over here in the corner. He's still a little ticked off at me for messing with his water so much, but I think after a while he's going to really enjoy what we've all done here too, because boy, we've things have really they've really changed in here. Those mangrove roots have really added a lot to it. He's way over here in the corner, kind of over here. Well, even there, he's still kind of cut off from the camera. Mac is not feeling too social today, right now. Sketty, how's it going? Good to see you, Sarah. I think you're right, guy. Yeah. I think, like I said, I was really, really pleased with how the mangrove roots came in here. There's a couple plants that are kind of now jungled up with them there too that I might try to rearrange here and such to fill in some of the gaps that they do leave, because I did want to leave some gaps in the mangrove roots here, as you'll see, because in case our Maboo puffer goes back there, Mac, I want to make sure he still has some openings to where if he goes behind, he can get out and doesn't get stuck. And yes, the schooling fish. Well, we'll just go ahead and bring the camera here up a little closer. Check them out. So we have specifically, well, I'll tell you what's in this one. We have 24 cardinal tetras in here and 20 brilliant rummy nose tetras. And as you can see, they are already taking a liking to these mangrove roots. It's a big reason why I got them. I knew I wanted to get some tetras to kind of help fill out the tank here. And yeah, that it's turned out pretty swell. Jeff, yes, this actually is wood that I got from the Cataclysm. I think it was Zoomed that had these. Actually, yeah, I'm 90% sure it was Zoomed. They had a lot of good mangrove root pieces. I almost wanted to get a fourth, and based on how the tank looks right now, I'm kind of happy I didn't get a fourth, because I think the three fill it out pretty good. I probably could have made a smaller fourth piece work, but I mean, these by itself, I mean, this don't look too bad. Still thinking I might have to go ahead and I might still add some tetras to it later. If I do, it might be another 3 dozen at most. But I mean, the 24 cardinal tetras and just shy of 24 brilliant rummy noses. To those of you wondering why they're brilliant, well, they have a little more of a shiny scale, or almost like what an angelfish would, a pearl scale per se. Hence why they get the brilliant and such. And they're still trying to color up here a little bit. They've only been in this tank now for about 18 hours at this point, because again, my wife and I, well, actually, yeah, it hasn't even been quite 18 hours yet. It would be more like 14 at this point, because my wife and I didn't get home until about 1:30 this morning. So I didn't let anything out until about 2:15, 2:30. So that morning. So they've already come a long way. They're already schooling together, which is awesome. The brilliant rummy nose tetras still have a little coloration to catch up on. The cardinals still a little faded, but have come a long, long way ever since we put them in here. And tell you what, they look cool. They look so cool. The wood? No. Traditionally, I don't like talking about what I spend on certain things because I don't want to come across as bragging or boasting or anything. But the mangrove root pieces, I got all three of those for just $130. I mean, it wasn't too terrible to what you would usually pay for pieces that size. I mean, this tank is just shy of 31 inches tall, so it's they're pretty good sized pieces. All right. I thought so, okay. Jeff, yeah. I was pretty sure the Zoom Ed, I could picture their deal because, yeah, I know they had lowboy aquariums too, and they had some dragon bonsai wood too that I was really, really thinking about there too. But I am still off center. Excuse me. Just. Uh oh. My phone is starting to play things. Stop it. One of my Packer podcasters. Stop that right there. Thicker than normal. Oh, I guess what do you mean by thick, Sarah? Yeah, for the size of the wood and all that, I mean, a lot of the vendors there too. I mean, there are great prices all around. I mean, I'm telling y'all, if y'all haven't already, conventions, this is, I mean, you want a tank to kind of look like this and not spend an arm and a leg. I mean, it's still going to cost you a little bit, but I mean, you can get it for almost half, sometimes a fraction of what you would pay at a store, even a family-owned store. This is how you get this is how you get the good stuff and not overpay for it. Although one of these times I feel like I need to just go to the Missouri River and see what I can find down there because I mean we got one of the biggest rivers right here in Council Bluffs' backyard, and I'm literally not even 10 minutes away from it. So. I have to drink that a lot here yet today as I'm trying to keep my throat down. It was a little scratchy this morning. It's been getting a little bit better as the day's gone along, but it's it's still a little rough yet. Yeah, some of them were cut there earlier. There are a good number of them that still weren't. Part of the roots are also buried in the sand there too. So if some of them look like straight edge, I guess I'm not sure how much was or wasn't. I just kind of washed them off and made sure that they were clean and such. Because I know Zoom Ed usually takes care of that stuff in a way too. But yeah, they're already they're looking pretty solid already, and they're almost a perfect height. Like I can just wedge them right under the ledge there and such of the plywood tank, and they've been holding steady. Make sure while I was yapping there that I don't miss anything. Oh. Oh, you were talking to Sketty. Okay, my bad, Raw Guy. My bad, my bad. But yeah, at the Cataclysm, as I was saying earlier, I mean, as I already told you, obviously Jeff Kane there, he was there. Peplin Creek, or Brian, of course, he was also there. My mic is way down on the floor. That's right, I moved it out of the way because I was trying to show y'all a good deal there earlier. But yeah, I mean, Foxy's Fishies was there, and apparently they sold a good number of axolotls, as I'm sure a lot of people would expect them to, because obviously Roxanne and Peplin both there are very knowledgeable with their axolotls. All of them were looking very healthy, very, very good and such, especially on the last day. Sold them for pretty good prices there too. I'm trying to think of who else was there. Obviously Shane, who you saw here in the chat here earlier. Victoria Lee Creations was also there. I believe she once upon a time said that she doesn't do YouTube too much. I know she does TikTok, but my wife especially really liked stuff there. I also got some plants there from her as well. I actually got some Anubiuses. You'll also notice a couple of potted plants here. Got a couple of bronze crypts from them that I'm kind of having sitting here for a while. I haven't gotten a chance to plant them yet. I'm actually even debating if I want to plant them in there or maybe just put one in here, put one in another tank, like say, well, I got some other fish from the Cataclysm too, went ahead and but at the auction, we got some loaches as well as some angelfish, as Jeff there in the chat would be able to tell y'all. And son, my wife and I, he and his lady there as well, also had a lot of fun there at the auction, especially on Sunday. But I mean, that's what these things are all about. Go there, have some fish in mind, and tell you what, if you're patient and you stick around for a while, you can get fish for pretty good deals. Shane, yeah, absolutely. They had all sorts of awesome plants. I mean, Victoria had a couple of pitcher plants. To those of you that don't know, I'm not sure what the exact name is, but it's like a carnivorous plant where they have like these little things that almost look like pitchers and such, and they have like this little leaf on the top that uses as a flap that covers the pitcher whenever bugs go inside it. So yeah, they had a lot of really cool stuff, terrestrial wise and aquatic wise. It was all really, really cool. Must be busy day then for you, Matt. Liquid's the only Fins, one of my other awesome moderators there. Good to see you here as always, Matt. It makes you feel any better, Matt, though? I didn't catch much of Stephen P's stream, though, either. I was out donating plasma and such, and unfortunately the internet there is not the best. So streaming YouTube or and such, or watching videos there can be a bit difficult if you don't download them beforehand. For some reason, internet-wise, it works just fine if you want to play games and such, or, yeah, if you have some YouTube videos downloaded and such, then usually it works. But if you're like trying to watch a live stream, for some reason, it really struggles. I'm not sure what they have for internet, but not the greatest. Yes, I'm trying to remember what else did I get. I mean, I got a couple of Nubius plants, which are kind of floating up there in the corner well, it's way off in the corner. You won't be able to see it on camera here, but I'm thinking of adding it on to our little tree deal here, maybe in a couple spots there. I might even go ahead and put one of them in the pea puffer tank, actually, one of the Anubias plants, that is. And I think one of them at least is going to go like back there, kind of towards the ship and such. Probably the bigger one of the two, but I mean, yeah, they even had a load of Anubias plants, and shout out to Victoria there too. I mean, she just had a couple of little ones there too, threw me an extra one there as well, which is always appreciated because, I mean, as slow of a growing plant as an Anubias is, eventually, play your cards right, it'll get there. But lots of great stuff at Victoria Lee's tent there. They were very popular all the way throughout the convention, and for good reason. All sorts of awesome stuff. She also had these amazingly beautiful peace lilies, and man, those are very pretty. I'm honestly surprised my wife didn't go ahead and buy one as well. But I mean, all sorts of awesome plants there, aquatic and terrestrial. Oh, look who's coming out to say hello. How's it going, Mac? Coming forth to finally meet your tank mates? Looks like he's sinking back in the corner. What you doing, Mac? Come back. He's like, nope, you're on camera. I'm not doing this today. I'm out of here. Patty's Petite Tanks. Don't think I said hi to you yet here in this stream. How's it going, Patty? Good to see you. Fishfam.link. Greatly appreciate it. Well, I guess it's actually just Fishfam link here, but enjoying the stream. Thank you. Yeah, well, I try, but don't forget to give it a thumbs up, Fishfam. Hey, it greatly helps out everything here and such. And so, yeah, if you like the stream here, by all means, hit that like button. I agree. Victoria, I mean, yeah, I was already telling her, too, that, yeah, the obviously another convention I want to go to, not until later, is the Quad City Fish Swap in Davenport, Iowa. They got one show going on in October, another one in November. I want to say the October one is Actually, I want to say it's October 1st. Double check here real quick. And I think the other show is November 11th, if my mind serves correctly. Double check these here. I'm pretty sure I put them in here. Yes, so the first fall show for the Quad City Fish Swap in Davenport is October 1st. And then the next one, it's actually November 12th. So not the 11th, the 12th. But I was telling her, like, yo, y'all got to come on over there. It's a huge event, too. And, I mean, yeah, she had awesome stuff there. There's a reason why, yeah. Her tent was always, they always had some folks in it. They did really well. Going through the chat. We got Christine joining the party. How's it going, Christine? Very late? You're not very late. You're just fashionably late. Hey, but here, all the same. So, I mean, hey, but if you're late or not, I mean, hey, you're still here. Just fashionably late. It's all good, Christine. That, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a little bit late and want to know maybe what you missed here, as, oh, wow, we're already getting close to a half hour in here. Of course, I always put all my replays and such up on my channel and such, including a replay to what we all saw at the Catfish Cataclysm here on Saturday. I was also there Friday, but Friday was kind of more of a day I just wanted to get a feel for the place, just hang out with the other fish tubers, get to know them a little bit more personally and such, and just kind of enjoy myself as a hobbyist at a convention and such, But yeah, it was man, super cool. I hope they have more conventions at here in Wisconsin here again soon, because man, that was fun. Wasn't the most crowded either, which is also what I kind of liked. I'm sure. I mean, obviously everybody wants a packed house and such when it comes to these conventions, because that means more money for the vendors. But I also like that it still had a good traffic flow, but it wasn't overbearing. So that's what I really also liked about this. That it was big and still busy enough to get people some business, but it also, it wasn't to the point where like you had to wait 5 minutes to move 8 feet down the aisle, but nothing like that. Daniel, how's it going? Good to see you. Saying hello, everyone. Hello to you, Daniel. Hope it's been an awesome Monday. Whew. I am sorry, guys. My throat today is just it's a little off today. Oop, the chat jumped on me. There we go. Petzotics, how's it going? And I always love that there too. The dog, the bird, the lizard, the kitty cat. Hope you're doing and well there. Or Petzotics. Checking through the chat, make sure I didn't forget anything earlier. For those of you that are just checking in now, because I know some more people are coming in here, one of the things we did at the Catfish Cataclysm, got 3 mangrove tree roots here that I think have added, a ton to this aquascape here. Obviously, let's kill that light so we don't have to see that off the glass there. Yeah, all sorts of great stuff. And of course, with our Maboo puffer now, we added this to the scape here. Oh, there we go. That's a little bit better. That is 2 dozen cardinal tetras with 20 rummy nose tetras. I wanted to get 2 dozen flat of bowfish, but the vendor with the brilliant rummy nose tetras, we're selling them 5 in a bag. So yeah, hence why I didn't get exactly 2 dozen, but pretty close. And they're all swimming with each other just the same here. Oh, look at you. How you doing, Mac? He's starting to warm up to the tank, but he has had a lot go on in here. Added about, 44 different fish in here. Whole bunch of mangrove roots in here now, adding to his scape here. A lot's gone on in his tank here today. There we go. A little off center there. Let's fix that. There we go. Actually, just a little bit more. There we go. All right, going through the chat here real quick. Make sure I didn't forget anybody on that little deal. Nope, looks like we're good there. Christine, I agree. Yeah, Mac, he's starting to warm up to the tank here a bit, but yeah, he hasn't been happy with me most of the day here, but he's starting to come around here a bit as he usually does. I mean, I can't blame him. The buddy has well, he's had a lot going on in his tank today. I've been moving around some plants to make room for the mangrove roots before I put them in there. Moved a couple of crypts out of the way. Otherwise, I mean, yeah, 44 fish last night there, or to a point where usually he's sleeping, or all the lights are off at least. So, I mean, yeah, over the past 12 hours, he's had a lot going on in his tank here. So it's good to see him starting to swim around and shake it off here. Sketty, yes. So Davenport, the Quad City Fish Swap is going to have 2 fall swaps here that I have been told. Well, actually, it's been out for a while now. But the Quad City Fish Swap, of course, will be at the Golden Leaf Banquet Center in Davenport, Iowa. It's a pretty cool place. It's actually connected right next to a bowling alley and such. So, I mean, hey, when you're done shopping around for fish and hanging out with fish folks, wow, I don't know how that came out. Oh, wow. That's a very terrible tongue twister right there. Oh, my. But when you're hanging out with the fine fish folk and such, yeah, you could go bowling afterwards. So, and they have a little bar and restaurant connected to that too. So, all that good stuff there. Whew, I don't know how that other one came out of my mouth there earlier. My. Well, we lost the monetization for this live stream, ladies and gentlemen. He slipped out half an F-bomb. PNW Aqua, how's it going? Aqua would always sulk and bury himself in the sand when I did stuff to his tank. Oh, yes. My Maboo, my Cross River, my Fahaka Finley, she does the same exact thing. I mean, by even as much as try to scrub off some algae off her glass and such, she is sulking for at least the next hour or two. Like, I hate it when you mess with my water. But alas, it is a necessary evil. I doubt YouTube's that sensitive too, but but yeah, I don't. It was more of a matter of like, wow, I don't know how that came out, but yeah. But yes, I kind of went off track there, Sketty. But yeah, the Quad City Fish Swap. I mean, my wife and I went there in March, and it was awesome. I mean, all sorts of freshwater selection. There was a little bit of saltwater there, not much, but I mean, some dude had freshwater stingrays. I got a couple of Amazon puffers there. Some other dude was selling pea puffers and a red eye puffer. I mean, people were selling tanks, aquarium like crafts. One lady was there. She was selling stained glass stuff like a stained glass octopus, a mermaid, a stained glass puffer, which, yes, I did buy. As well as, I mean, people, they're just selling plants, angelfish, cichlids of all sorts, eels. I mean, there was all sorts of stuff at this swap and such. I mean, it's probably, in terms of the Midwest there, probably one of my favorite swaps and conventions I've ever gone to. And, I mean, that's everything included. Aquaticon, even the Cataclysm, which we just went to here recently. I mean, the Quad City Fish Swap, there's a reason why I told, the admins are right away when they were like, so what'd you think? I'm like, well, I can tell you now, I'll be back. I'll definitely be back, because just the amount of people there and the amount of selection among the vendors and such, it's awesome. And I'm very excited. I'm not sure which one I'm going to go make yet, either October 1st or November 12th. Those are the 2 days here yet in 2023. I'm not sure which one I'm going to make just yet here. I haven't really talked about it because October and November are still a little ways down the road here yet. I'm not too occupied about that. I'm worried more about trying to get some more projects in the work here down in the fish room, but it's going to be pretty cool. Pea peppers kept Pea puffers captively bred. I, for some reason, keep getting a little bit of a lapse on my tongue here today, and I can't pronounce words correctly today. I don't know what's going on with that. Um, I believe mine are, and but I'm not 100%. Based off the fish store that I bought them at and knowing his preferences and tendencies, I would go out on a limb and say that I bet they probably were, just because he believes that's a better way of making sure the fish and such are not are less likely to hold parasites and such. Which I guess there's some validity to that, but alas, yeah, I would imagine they are, but I guess I can't validate 100% if they were or not. Jeff, yes, I did live stream the Quad City Fish Swap last time I was there. Probably will again when I go there. I mean, yeah, I mean, if you want, you can probably go through the live stream there and check it out there too, get a kind of idea of what I'm talking about. It's been, since it was March, you might have to dig through my live streams a little bit to find it, but you'll find it because, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure I even put in the title like Quad City Fish Swap, and it's really cool. I'm telling y'all, if some of y'all want to make your way over here to Iowa, or that would be far eastern Iowa specifically, it's very worth the trip. I can promise you. You'll find plenty of things there that'll be more than tempting to, add to your fish rooms or collections, whatever you want to call it. do, 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 do. Absolutely, Sarah. Yeah. Hopefully see you there, as well as hopefully a lot of other folks here. I hope a lot of y'all end up going there too. I'm telling y'all, if y'all go to the Quad City Swap there later too, I'm telling you, it's a pretty cool thing. I want to say Whip's World and his wife, I want to say, went there in the earlier one in, I think, February or it was January. One of those two. But he went to one of the other ones before I got there, and I know he also loves that place too. Like, we both say it's almost like a miniature Aquashella almost, minus all the show tables. Because, of course, Aquashella is cool and all, having been to Chicago myself one time. I mean, it's cool, but, half the tables there aren't even for vendors. It's just, them showing off stuff, which is cool and all. But when I go to conventions, one of the things I always look forward to is just to kind of see what everybody's selling. I mean, the number one thing, and just the same with the Cataclysm, was I want to go there and see people and get a chance to meet them face to face there. That's the number one reason why I would go to these, which is very much the truth for, the Cataclysm, or why I went to Aquashella and a lot of the other places. But it's the same thing, too. I mean, you also go there because, yeah, there's a little shopping aspect about it, and that's also kind of part of the reason why you want to go there. You want to go there and see what one brings and see what kind of cool fish you can add to your fish rooms or your tanks and such. And I definitely say when it comes to overall variety and selection, at least for the freshwater side of things, I would say that at least the one Quad City Fish Swap that I went to versus the one Aquashella I went to, the Quad City Fish Swap had Aquashella beat in terms of vendors that were selling stuff. It was really, really cool. But I mean, of course, Aquashella is not just about, I mean, to be very clear, yes, Aquashella is not just about vendors and sales and such. It's not just about that. It's also about, connecting hobbyists with each other. And that's really what the conventions in general are about. It's just getting a place for people to come together. And on the side there, meet people and buy stuff on the side there. But, I mean, just, not to mix it up there, because Aquashella is cool. But that's me. Yes, I know, like this pitcher plant, like Victoria was saying, loves humidity. Even wouldn't hurt to spray its leaves once in a while, which already did that once this morning. They even say that, hey, if it ever rains outside, hey, put that baby out there. And I mean, it was actually raining this morning, so she got a little bit of a rainwater here already. So already doing pretty well here. So hopefully it continues to go that way, but we'll see. Otherwise, they say distilled water is a good thing for the carnivorous plants. In fact, I think that's what you almost need to go with, because otherwise it's just it's not a good deal otherwise. But yeah, it's so far the plant's doing well, but I guess also we've only had it for a few days. But they're cool. Those carnivorous plants, they're very unique. They're very cool. See, I saw someone come in here earlier that I don't think I said. Alec, how's it going? Good to see you, Alec. Hope you're having a good one. I was actually going to ask that too myself, actually. Jeff Kane, did you end up getting talking to the guy about the crossover puffer? I know you were talking about it for a while. I know everybody was thinking like crossover puffer. Well, Austin, that's your thing. But I'm also like, well, yeah, I have a crossover puffer, but I'm not going to mix the two. That to me just sounds like it'd be asking for trouble. They are still, I mean, there's not a whole lot known about them, but I do know they're an African-based puffer. Hence, yeah, that probably wouldn't go well, especially since the place where I bought Hercules, our crossover puffer, had a divider separating him from another cross river puffer. So, yeah, I was not going to even think about it because the chances were if I would have been bullish enough, and honestly, bullish is a term to use there loosely, and based on what I know, it'd probably be more appropriately labeled as stupid. But yeah, long story short, I wasn't going to do that because I know full and well, based off my puffer's temperament, that's a no-go. It'd be cool though if I had another tank though and such to give it though, because if it was possible to sex these puffers a little bit better, it'd be cool to at least attempt to breed them. Maybe somewhere down the road though. All right, there we go. I talked to him about it and got his information, so I can get one from him when I'm ready. Absolutely. Hey, highly recommend it, man. They're cool. They're a really cool puffer, and when they get those little red spots mixed in with their brown and yellow and such, it's really pretty. There's a reason why they're becoming more and more sought after, despite how rare they still are and such. Their price tag has definitely gone down quite a bit. Like their price tag compared to what they were about 2 years ago has been pretty much cut in half. Like earlier, if you got a crossover puffer, you were spending at least give or take around $1,000. Like uh, ones earlier that I saw, I was seeing some earlier sell for like 1,200 earlier, which is not too far off from where I got my first one Cipher. But this one obviously was considerably less. And yeah, ever since then, about 2 years later, yeah, their price tag has almost been cut in half, which makes it a little bit more affordable. But I mean, still, when you think about it, $700 per puffer is well, by average or so, it's still a little up there. All right, let's see here. We are already at 5:48. I need to double check here real quick, see if the metalheads are going live here later today. It might be. I never did check. Usually I check before I stream so I can have the link on hand. And they are indeed streaming. They're going to stream today, 10 after the hour. So we'll go, yeah, we'll at least go till 6, maybe 6:05 or so. Give everybody a 5-10 minute window here to, reload on snacks, bathroom break, get a drink, whatever, before we switch on over to Josh and Jessica's stream over there. Yep, as Matt there said, there's the link there as well. Appreciate you dropping that in there, Matt. We'll probably post that again here as we get towards the tip end of this stream, so that way y'all can just follow that and head on over there. Coro today, a little healthier, but strawberry banana body armor. Trying to, well, obviously, while also there at the Cataclysm, a little bit of alcohol consumption was done there as well there, of course, because, I mean, why the heck not? Especially, oh my goodness, I totally almost forgot. Kenny E, Denican Aquatics. I cannot believe I almost forgot to mention that I got a chance to meet him. Oh, I feel stupid for that. But yes, met Kenny E there as well. Denican Aquatics, of course, the favorite Viking fan. He was, I mean, yeah, awesome meeting that guy too. He, my wife, and I, we all sat in the hotel lounge where they also had a bar and such. We were sitting drinking, I think, for about I want to say about 2 hours or so at least, something like that. Somewhere like right towards the tip end of the It was like right before the hospitality suite opened up and such. And yeah, just chatting up. We were talking fish, talked a little bit about football, just about life and such. It was cool. I'll tell you what, Kenny E. I mean, he ever sees this, Kenny E. Dude, it was awesome meeting you as well there. Just sitting there talking with you as well. I mean, I know I'm forgetting all sorts of guys there, but yeah, meeting you there, chatting with you at the bar there, just talking fish. I mean, puffers, guppies. I mean, we were talking about some shrimp even. I don't even keep shrimp, but I mean, just even hearing what he's all into, it's awesome just to see what he's also into. I mean, just hearing about what he's been doing with his former convention up there in the Pacific Northwest. It was a lot of fun talking with him there as well. I mean, as Jeff also puts in the chat here, Chris Biggs was also there. I believe that's the Mad Aquarist. Correct me if I'm wrong there. Jeff, Grant there, of course, who's actually another one there. Of course, Keith was all. So there's Sam Scales, of course, there. Awesome artist there. I actually got to come by him during my stream there as he was painting up an Oscar there as well. He's an awesome fella as well there. Or Jeff, I appreciate you putting all these in here. Or Jeff, yeah, I always feel bad when I forget about people, but I'm like always like, ugh, I know I meant more than that. I know I meant more than that. I'm trying to remember them all. But I mean, yeah, Grant was awesome there too. Fella from Des Moines there as well. And I mean, Sam there too. I mean, looking at a lot of his works there, I got to get something from that guy at some point there too. Have him like draw up something with like, I was thinking like something with my Fahaka puffer, my Mabu puffer, and then maybe even Hercules or Cross River puffer on there. I don't know, maybe we'd add some P puffers on there. It'd be super cool. I mean, his drawings, dude, they're awesome. They are so awesome. And I mean, a lot of them, I mean, when he adds the backgrounds and all that, it almost looks like just a cartoonized photograph and such. It really looks awesome. If some of y'all haven't seen his work already, I highly recommend Googling or even if you check out my live stream there, you'll get to see him kind of in the beginning stage of painting up an Oscar and such of a customized order that he got while at the Cataclysm, actually, which was already turning out to be a masterpiece, by the way. I mean, that dude also just makes some really cool stuff. That's right, Brian. Yep. Mike from Imperial Tropicals as well. That was also really cool. Got to talk with him briefly there. Go through the chat here. Also, shout out to Peplin and Foxy's Fishies also for allowing me and my wife to occasionally store some of our purchases at their merchandise table, or not their merchandise table, but their vendor table rather, as throughout both of the days that we were there on Friday and Saturday, there were times where we went a little wild. So, yeah, appreciate you two also for letting us kind of camp some of our stuff there a bit until I got the car around to load it up and such. Big thank you for that there. That's right, Tom from TM Aquatics as well there. I'm with you. Sometimes I wish I could remember names easier. I really do too. Like, I try to remember everyone, but I mean, obviously at these conventions, I mean, there's so many that come. And honestly, I mean, it's a great problem to have there because, I mean, you meet so many people there and just so many people with like, some of them with the same, niches and hobby as you. Some of them have, different stuff there. And sometimes you even learn about fish that you didn't even know were out there. It's a big reason why, again, these conventions, so much fun. If you haven't gotten out to one already, highly recommend it. Get out to some. Still plenty going on here yet this year. Obviously, the Keystone Clash is a big one going on there. I wish I could make that one work, but I mean, just coming clean with all y'all, I think, unfortunately, financially, for me and my wife, it's just not a good idea this year. I would love to, because I know it seems like everybody in the Fish Fam except me is going, and I mean, putting it just out there, damn, I wish I could go. I want to go. Like Rico Stan, I've yet to meet that guy once, and I can't tell you how bad I want to meet that guy. Not to mention, I know Peplin and Foxy are going there again, as well as numerous others. I want to say Kenny E's going out there again, along with so many others. I mean, I would love to get there and just see all the people that I've already met, two other people that I've yet to meet there as well. But like I said, coming clean on it, the reason why we chose Madison was because it was 6.5 hours versus 13 and a half hours for one drive over, which, I mean, by the time you do gas and all that, because yes, I would probably drive. Yes, I know I could fly. I could fly. And it's not that I have a fear of flights. I just am a person that I would rather drive. But, I mean, just all that, the hotel, the food, and all that. Unfortunately, financially speaking, it just, at least this year, it's just unfortunately not going to work. I really, really wish it would. But, I mean, I guess, I'm not saying total doom and gloom right now because, I mean, there is a little time, but unfortunately, I just don't see how I'm going to make it work right now. I just don't. But, I mean, I'm sure the clash goes on next year because I remember it would happen last year. So if it goes on next year, you know what? I can promise you, next year I'm going to put everything forward to go ahead and make it out there. Peplin, the Quad City Fish Swap has 2 dates in the fall. The Quad City Swap first date will be Sunday, October 1st, and the other date will be Sunday, November 12th. And I believe both of them will be both of them are at the Golden Leaf Banquet Center, and I believe they both start at noon. They're about a 4-hour thing, so they're pretty cool. Highly recommend you get a vendor table there. You and Roxanne would sell out of axolotls or sell so many of those because that was such a hot item last time I went there. Right, yeah, I know the Cataclysm doesn't happen every year. I was referring to the Keystone Clash if it happens next year. Gonna make every, I guess, to specify, yes. The Keystone Clash, if it goes on next year, yes. Going to make every effort I can to get out there because I know every year so many of y'all go out there, and yes, I want to go. I want to get out there because I also haven't seen the Pacific Ocean. My wife hasn't seen any of the oceans. And I have seen the Atlantic Ocean though myself once in Orlando, Florida. But yeah, I do want to get out there at some point. So this year, I really wanted to make it happen. Like if it was honestly up to me, I was sitting here thinking if it meant not going to the Cataclysm, but I could make the Keystone Clash. That was initially the plan. But even just looking at the dollars and cents of it, I don't know. It's just not gonna. This year, it just doesn't match. But like I say, next year, I can promise y'all, I'm going all in. We're gonna try to make that thing because so many people go there. A lot of people I haven't met yet that I want to meet, and I can promise y'all, somewhere out there, next year, I'm coming for that thing. I'm going all in to try to make that thing work. I was also talking with Kenny about Fishtoberfest. Sometime in the next couple years, need to try to go ahead and chase that down there too, because I know that's another big one. Anyway, I just got there all over the place. Right? And I mean, that's what I'm talking about. So many other people, excuse me. Whew, my throat was getting dry. But, I mean, that's the thing. This Keystone Clash, so many people go out to it and such. And it's another big reason why, I was really wanting to try to get out there this week. Because, I mean, some people from outside the U.S. are trying to get there. But one of these times, I want to get out there. But it hurts to say. Like, it honestly does. I really want to get out there. But this year, it's just not in the cards. And I know some people say that, it's either look like, well, then why did I get so much here? I mean, kind of because for me, I knew this was going to be kind of the bigger one I would be able to make this year. Just because right now, based on everything that's going on here that I'm trying to accomplish, here in the fish room and also going on in life. That right now, just going to a big convention like Aquashella in Dallas, which we thought about, or making the Keystone Clash and such. It's just one of those, just this year it wasn't going to work. But let's see here. Well, it is already 6 o'clock. So actually, it just turned to 6:01. So I know the metalheads are going live here. A couple more things here before we go ahead and head out there. Christine Hansen, thank you so much for the super sticker. As always, StreamYard does not show me what the sticker is, but thank you so much for the super sticker, though, Christine. I wish I could see it. StreamYard, please fix that. But maybe if I click it again, that's a hide. That's right. But thank you so much for the added support there, Christine. It truly means a lot there. It's never expected, but always greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciate it. Rye Guy's thinking ahead into the Clash, though. Good on you, Rye Guy. I mean, yeah, I can promise y'all, I'm going to be watching a lot of people and checking up on a lot of live streams, a lot of videos, supporting a lot of people's content as they go out there. And yeah, it's going to be, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going to have fun, but yeah, we're going to, like I said, one of these years I will get out there. Hopefully next year. A couple more here, and then yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut it so we can get ready for Metalheads. Jeff, yep, all the fish so far are doing fine. One of the koi angels that I got at the auction were looking a little questionable when we first got him out of the bag and into the tank there. But it seems like he pulled around pretty good here. At least seems like he is for now. He's swimming around with the rest of the crew there. So haven't lost any of the tetras in here with the Maboo puffer, which, as you can see behind some of the crypts here, is starting to get a little more active still here as we hang out and speak, which is great to see. But yeah, so far no casualties. Everybody is taking the move and the transition pretty well. Hopefully it continues that way. And with the Rye Guy here, that's a good sign that, yep, guys, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna call this stream aim and get ready for some dinner. But thank you all so much for checking in here and hanging out with us here a bit today, guys. Greatly appreciate all the support here, and especially all y'all that were watching the live stream here today and also the other one. But appreciate all the support here, guys. Jeff, yeah, didn't get a hug from Mrs. Freak. Now she owes me one. I mean, hey, make your way on down to the Quad City Fish Swap, Jeff. Maybe, yeah, bring Peplin and Foxy with you. Maybe as well some other friends there with you, and yeah, we can repay the debt. But all that aside, guys, can't thank y'all enough for all the support here and tuning in here to the Monday Musing stream here today. It's always great to hang out with all of y'all. It's great to be back in the swing of this here too, and be doing these Monday Musing streams again here. If one of my moderators could real quick, Peplin or Matt, I don't know if Matt's still here, if one of y'all could go ahead and drop the link here real quick for the Metalhead stream. They will be starting at 10 after 6 here. Another awesome channel. I'm sure a lot of y'all are already familiar. Those of you that aren't, another awesome fish fam duo there. Great fish room. Have a Fahaka puffer too as well. So that's the next thing. So make sure you head on over there and watch the Metalheads Aquatic Mayhem. Since I haven't seen him in the chat here, I just realized I haven't done that yet. So there we go. But as always, guys, appreciate all the support. Thank you all for watching. I'll have a little video showing up all what I got from the convention here earlier from the Cataclysm. I'll see y'all then. As always, guys, stay fantastic.